This podcast is sponsored by Go Play Sports, the brand new mobile app changing the game for grassroots. Whether it's Sunday League or five-a-side, Go Play Sports makes it easy to track attendance, manage teams and cut out the manual admin. No more endless group chats, no more chasing payments, just turn up and play. Go Play Sports. Download now from your app store.
Greatest night of your life?
No.
Mr. Calm.
No, not Mr. Calm. Why? I'm very privileged. I'm a privileged guy. I've seen some unbelievable acts. So yeah, it wasn't number one, but it was great. It was amazing. Loved it.
So who's in the mix with the?
Where was it? Was it in Manchester?
No, Wembley. Wembley, great venue. Was absolutely packed. Everyone was having a great time. I even enjoyed Richard Ashcroft. That was good.
Apparently he was really good.
Yeah, he's really good. Played all the classic Verve stuff. It's good memories for me as well. Everything ran bang on time. Liam, top form. Yeah, it was really good.
Did you see Oasis in the 90s?
No. So, that probably is like peak, right? But it was still great. It was really good. Set list I would have had slightly different, and it was really interesting experiencing certain tracks live versus a recording. Like certain stuff came off better than others.
Like which tracks?
So, for example, you always go on about cigarettes and alcohol, and I'm like, oh, live, it was unbelievable. Everyone was going nuts. It was really, really good. And then some of the stuff, like, for example, Noel by himself, I don't think in a stadium was that great. I was like, oh, I love Master Plan, but this is boring. It's like, it's not that good in a stadium setting, right? While I remember when I first heard Master Plan was the live was MTV Unplugged, which is like, I'm thinking like 96, something like that, where it was like, it's in a small venue. And it's different, right? So the Noel bit with Talk Tonight and Half the World Away was like, it was all right, but it felt like a bit of an interlude, a break.
Yeah. I think that's what it is, because that's before the kind of the big songs, right? I think he does Noel's bit and Liam has a bit of a break before they do like Live Forever.
Yeah, so it felt like, this is like a bit of a break in the middle of the actual gig. Liam's the man, like he makes it. Right.
What are you saying? It's not even in your top 3, your top 5 concerts of all time?
Oh, good question. So for me, the best I've ever seen is Prince, and I don't think anyone will ever match Prince.
Oh, you and my dad's good books for saying that.
Yeah,
He's old.
He's a dinosaur, Rog.
No. Basically,
I am a dinosaur. Yeah, but yeah. So Prince. At the Hammersmith Apollo, I saw him. That was just intense and insane.
It's a good venue as well.
Yeah, insane. I saw him as well at the O2.
But my old man saw him there too.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't
Ask him about that.
He always bangs on about it.
Ask him about it, because it was like he went on for like 4 hours.
He did. He goes, he played every instrument.
Everything, all the instruments. It was just like unbelievable. Like you're just sitting there, just jaw dropped,
Hang on.
right?
I better go get it now.
Yeah.
So they bought him that for.
Hey!
To take the piss for his.
I love that.
That's
for
quality.
his last birthday, we bought him a life-size Prince cardboard.
Rog, just leave that in shot and you talk over the top of it.
better sight.
Let's kick it off. I'm Steve, and I'm joined by Ash, us, Coach Raj, one of our season ticket holders at Manchester United, and we have producer Kiz on today as well. What a special treat. And the reason we have Kiz on today is because he was at the Brentford-Manchester United game with Ash and Ron, and Jay actually in the away end as well. But Kiz, we thought we'd get you on. I believe Leo. It might be. And Leo, of course. Yes, shout out to Leo, the main man. But Kiz, we had to get you on. I believe, is it your first game at first time at a football game? Is that right?
Yeah. Do you know what? First proper Premiership game. I don't know if Sunday League counts. But
Wait, are you saying
If your brother
Sunday...
was there, no.
Are you saying the weekend was Sunday League level, or?
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
I was like, I've been to Sunday League games, but was this the same? And how they played? But yeah. Do you know what? As an atmosphere and stuff, like I think Ash was even saying, it was proper civilized, wasn't it? And it was
The
like good
most friendliest.
atmosphere. And it was quite a nice stadium. That's the aesthetics done. Do you want me to go into it?
Yeah, tell us about your experience. What did you make of the game?
Look, I'm going to say this, right? I don't know about XGs. I don't know about formations. I can't chat shit about like stats and
Is this Faisal
percentages
Islam by any
and
chance?
all of this bullshit,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But what I do know is what I saw was like this defeatist mentality. Arguably, this is like the biggest club in the world, right? And they were playing like amateurs, i.e., Sunday League, right? I thought, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm a couch fan, right? I like football and I like watching it, and I have been following United for since that Wimbledon goal by Beckham, right? But what I found was like, honestly, like United, like Manchester United, the biggest club in the world, right? Always playing, they were always chasing, always the underdogs. It was like Mighty Ducks, do you know what I mean? But they weren't winning. Or like there was no glimpse of that. And I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'll throw it over to you guys, but it always seemed like United were on the back foot. They were getting exploited. Oh, you got bloody Ruben, stubborn as shit, like always stubborn. He's got this dictatorial approach. He's not moving. He's not gonna like quiver on any of his kind of formations and all this bollocks. There's that phrase, isn't there? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's been broke for a long time, right? And in
So
my
do
opinion,
fix it.
like do fix it. But like in my opinion, it's like it was ludicrous. Like this is Manchester United, right? It was ludicrous.
You have to do that in the
You
Gary
bitch,
Neville
get out
voice,
the
by the
way.
way,
Get
kids.
out the
Come on.
way, bitch. Get
Yeah.
out the way. Like Ruben needs to get out of the way. But
Actually,
yeah,
during the game, you said that, right? You were like, bruv, Ruben out. This is just shite. It was like wasting your time on a Saturday afternoon.
Like seriously, and do you remember like we started this pod like way back when he just got appointed, and we were all like okay, I was as well like, let's see how he does. It's only a new guy, blah blah blah, all of that kind of thing.
Got the bomber jacket,
he's got the bomber jacket,
Yeah.
he's got a bit of a beard, he looks
Hugo
like one
Boss, Moncler.
yeah, he looks like one of the Mandem, you know what I mean, all of that kind of thing. But seriously, I think, do you know what? This guy, he could be on Wolf of Wall Street. Like he could talk, and that's why he's still in the job, in my opinion. I don't know, passionate. But I was just watching something earlier, and he's got one of the worst records as a Premiership manager in history.
Yeah, I think it was on Monday Night Football tonight. There's a graphic, and it's like worst Premier League performances within the 33 games, and I think we've got the likes of what's the Blackburn manager back in the day, bald guy,
Steve Keane.
Yeah, and I think Ruben's is it like fourth worst ever, something like that.
Yes, something like that. And I'm just like baffled, and like, okay, let's talk a little bit outside the passion and a bit business now. Like you've got all the big dogs. What's his name? Old Belstaff guy. What's his name? Is it Belstaff? The guy who bought United recently. Is it
Jim Ratcliffe?
Jim Ratcliffe. I think he owns a bit of Belstaff. Is that, or am I just chatting?
What is Belstaff?
No, Ineos bought them.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ineos sold them. Ineos sold them.
What's Belstaff?
Clothing company.
A clothing company, like a sports.
I think Ineos are involved, or they financed it, or something.
I know nothing about clothes.
They sold it to.
Beckham was ambassador. Come on now, guys.
I can't afford it then, clearly.
They made
so
money
I don't
on
care.
It. They made money on it.
Anyway, but like, so Ratcliffe, I think like when you in my head, like again, please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like you know a bit more than me. Business, right? I think if they're hitting their margins, hitting break even, profitability, all of that shit, we can't make a loss on him. It's like business, it's numbers, it's integers, whatever you want to call it. That's why they're keeping him on. There's rumors, they've said absolute no, and there's also rumours about Southgate and the others. In my opinion, as again couch fan, I'm like, get Pochettino in, man. That's who we wanted. I'm a big Poch fan. But yeah, over to you guys. I don't know. This is just me from, as I say, a couch potato fan.
I need to hear from Coach Raj. You tell us what do you think of based on what Kiz is saying?
Dear. Yeah, look, I think the performances have just been lackluster. I just don't see how anyone can back him and his way of playing, because people say, "Oh, he's got a style of play," but what is it? That he's got a formation. So we know his formation. That means, say in 6 games' time, whoever we're playing, because I don't know who we're playing in 6 games' time, but that team and that manager knows exactly how we're going to set up. Maybe he'll change a couple of players, but they know the setup. And they know that, therefore, they kind of know how we're going to play football. If you're a Man United football manager, you're going to play so many different teams within a season. Well, you hope to. We're not in Europe, so we're going to play the same 18 teams twice. 19 teams, should I say, twice. Right? They know how we're going to play. If you watch the other teams that are doing well, they have a style of play, but aren't they adaptable? Don't they adapt certain ways when they play? So, like, for example, Brentford, they have been a good side for a couple of seasons. Well, a decent side. They were much better than us at the weekend. But I don't see them playing that way against, say, if they played Liverpool or if they played Arsenal. I can't see them playing this exactly the same way. I think he's just like Kiz said, he's just been so stubborn, and then he's completely put himself in a situation now where he can't backtrack, because he said, "No, I'm going to stick to it." Whereas if he said, "Look, if it doesn't quite work, I might be able to change it," blah blah blah, but he hasn't.
The only thing recently,
completely putting
Raj,
it.
in the last couple of weeks, he's slightly tweaked his communication, and he's starting to say I will change when I want to change, and I may adapt it. Like he's softening his approach a little bit.
Because of what's come out in the media? Like, I saw something today, I don't know where I saw it, where the hierarchy said, "Ruben, you need to change your formation."
Apparently.
So if that's right, then like, the club is a shambles as it is. But how is then the hierarchy telling the manager, "This is how you should play football"? You've hired the manager to say, "Look, sort the team out, and we'll sort the back room out."
Can I just
But if they're then telling him how to play football, then really the manager's definitely in the shit. If you're having to tell the manager how to set up a team, then surely you've got to sack the manager and find someone else.
Well, you do know Jason Wilcox won the FA Cup final for Ten Hag, right? Because
just to clarify, we don't know if this rumor is true, but yeah, Kiz, go on.
No, I was going to say, can I just he just needs to swallow his pride and ego
100%.
and just like I know United brand and I know him and everything, but he just needs to just win, and he needs to adapt and be like, all right, I think people would respect him more if he said, all right, shit, I messed that up. Okay, I might need to change it a little bit now. Stick a little bit of 4-4-2 in there.
But that's what I'm saying, because he needs to fight. But I feel like it's too late now. Because in my head,
it's never too late.
It's okay. It's never too late. But 2-3 weeks ago, I was done with the guy.
Yeah.
I was 2-3 weeks ago. It wasn't like at the start of the season, at the end of the last season when we lost to Tottenham in the Europa League final. I was like, he has to have a good start here. If he doesn't have a good start to the season, after 4-5 games, I'm done. After 4-5 games, what improvement did we see? And everyone was talking about this transfer window we had, and I was like, what transfer window?
And don't forget, we beat Arsenal next year as well.
But what transfer window did we have? We got Mbeumo, but then I looked at Mbeumo's last 5 years, because all of a sudden he's a good player because he had one good season for fucking Brentford.
I did that as well.
You're supposed to be playing for Man United Football Club, going from Brentford to Man United Football Club. He scored 20 goals or something in 1 year. If you look at the last 5 years, 5 years ago in the Championship, I think he scored 2.
Coach, where were you with Ruben after the Europa final?
After the Europa League final,
were you just
I just gave him like a slide. I was like,
chance.
It is what it is. We had a crap season. Players were low in confidence.
Yeah.
The game was complete trash.
Yeah.
But I felt like other managers in the past that we've had that have all got sacked might have actually genuinely found a way to win that final.
Yeah. Do you know what? To be
Whereas
fair,
he didn't.
Ash, I think I was telling you this on the game. For me, when I was watching like the game live, the live, I found Mbeumo or Mbumu or I don't know,
Oh
whatever
yeah,
his name.
None
okay,
of us
yeah.
know.
Yeah, but I
Apparently,
found
it's not Mbumi.
it's
Yeah,
So I'm going
Mbeumo.
back to Mbuemo, like I used to
Brian,
call him.
Brian.
It's Kinder
Yeah.
Mbeumo.
big
Anyway,
boy.
John, I thought on the
Kinder
pitch,
Bueno.
right? I think on the pitch, I felt like he was like the best in moving and stuff, but the ball wasn't really going to him. Again, I'm not an expert, right? But just to ask you guys one thing, I think United are 15th in the league currently. They're sandwiched and surrounded by Spurs, West Ham, Wolves. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Probably,
Spurs are
yeah.
in the top.
Well, Wolves
five.
will be bottom at one point. I know that because they got
is-
their first point against Spurs.
And correct me if I'm wrong here. All of the other managers have lost their games and they've been replaced already or sacked and whatnot. And Ruben's still like something's still standing. I
No,
don't know.
we
Yeah.
are,
but
we
I
are
feel like they're
we're
keeping
ahead
him
of
'cause they don't wanna pay that
Newcastle,
12
who
million.
yeah, we're ahead of
There's
Newcastle.
been one manager that's been sacked so far this season. That's Graham Potter, which happened just on the weekend, right? And that's at West Ham. It's funny because we've started this pod, right, and we've not even talked about the game. We've gone straight into Ruben. So, tell us about the game. You were obviously going to see Oasis that night, and I think you dropped a message in the group on the Friday, and you said, "Oh, I hope I'm going to Oasis in a good mood." So, unfortunately, the boys couldn't deliver that for you. Did you watch the game? Like, how did you think we played?
I did, yeah. Terrible. Yeah, it was a shocking performance. I actually feel that slightly different from Raj, and I feel, ignoring the Grimsby game, which was utterly shocking, the rest of the time I felt that the team looked like it had taken a bit more of a positive step. They were more on the front foot, pressing high, being aggressive, not getting the luck we deserved. Didn't see any of that in the Brentford game. We looked passive. It looked, like a 12:30 in the morning where you've just kind of rolled out of bed and you kind of haven't had your coffee yet. Need to get your shower in, get your morning routine done, get your coffee in, and then you can start doing things. It felt like they hadn't done their morning routine or had their cup of coffee. They just looked sleepy, second to everything. Brentford were more physical. We played into their hands. I thought they were excellent. The first goal was just like, what is going on here? It was a
was
bit
your boy
unlucky because the
doing?
guy.
But you know when you go Brentford away, even forget about the 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. Like it's that fame. It's the thing now, isn't it? 12:30 on a Saturday, and you're playing away from home. The big sides, that's the one you're going to lose. But don't you feel like you kind of knew what Brentford were going to do? Like
100%.
wait,
That was the thing.
So why aren't they prepared for that?
100%. It was.
Hey,
That's the thing.
No, surely, like if you like, I'm not a football expert, but if you're looking for your fixtures and you go, what, Brentford away, that's how we're going to play against them. You could say even if it's 20 games into the season, you know how you're going to. Surely you should have a plan against Brentford away. But it was the same. It's been the same thing for weeks and weeks. And so they knew what they were going to do, and that's why they beat us.
That's one thing. I'd say I disagree with you, Raj, on that. Right, in that if you look at you said look at the top clubs, and then you mentioned Brentford. I look at for me the top clubs are Arsenal. Arsenal play the same way all the time. Manchester City, they play the same way all the time. Liverpool play the same way, but that way is successful and it works. We play the same way and it doesn't work. So I don't think it's necessarily playing the same way is a bad thing. I think at a top club, you have a style, you have an idea, and you implement it, but it's successful. And the issue is...
But Arteta's kind of changed, no? Over the last, like the way he first started when he was trying to challenge City compared to now, like everyone calls them a set piece team over the last few years, but they didn't start like that when Arteta first joined.
No, I would say
the team's become a lot more physical now than when they started.
That I agree on that. I think that and even the beginning of the season they seem to be potentially adapting a little bit, but generally speaking, you would think a good Arsenal team, and we can talk Arsenal, Newcastle, want to keep the ball, possess the ball, play through the lines, right, and then also use set pieces as a weapon. Everyone says, "Oh, Ruben won't change his formation." Well, generally speaking, Arsenal play a 4-3-3. So do Liverpool. We don't expect them to go to a back three formation, right? You don't.
Hold
turn
on.
up-
There's a way we want to play, but let's just
Yeah.
talk about the way we did play. Ash, tell
And
me about
that's
those.
the issue. It's the
I want to hear about
execution was terrible.
those first 2 goals we conceded.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Oh, what to say about the first one? I put my head down for a second, and then all of a sudden, their centre forwards running through on goal. Credit for the finish, fantastic finish, but I don't know. First of all, what the goalkeeper's doing. Like, the goal's probably going to go in regardless, but to not come out and close the angle, Steve, you're the goalkeeper expert in the group, and it's like
It's bizarre.
I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I always thought coming out and closing the angle was what you do until us once
Yeah.
told me the data apparently says you don't
Right.
always come off the line. Apparently,
No. So, okay, this is what you're. No. No, it's a good point because we actually had this discussion maybe 2 years ago, and my point was, what you don't. There's 2 things. Firstly, that where he's made a mistake. One is actually you're supposed to be sweeping up. So the Sanchez mistake against Chelsea, theoretically, it's the right thing to do. The goalkeeper should have been able to be way out of his penalty box, like David Raya would have been there and just swept that up, right? So that was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is, let's say you've now not done that, so you've got to challenge the shot. You shouldn't come too early. So what you're supposed to do is you wait, and then at the right moment, you do come out to close the angle. What he does is he waits and he stays there forever, and that was like, what are you doing?
No
it was
man's
bizarre.
land.
It was
The
bizarre. It
keeper
was
was
like,
shocking.
and I mean, to be fair, like it was a great finish, but it was also a bit of a shanked finish that went.
But
you
is it?
know.
No, but did he think it was off? Did he think it was offside? And like when the pressure's off and you can just hit those, like it felt like that, and then it wasn't offside.
He just whacked it, and
But
it
you
went in,
know,
and it was just like, wow.
on the replay, you can see if he was further out, there was a point where he could have got it. Like I said, the bigger mistake is obviously Harry Maguire. I don't know what the fuck he's playing at. Like, literally, like he's in.
It's the first one that came off the inside of the post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
left.
But it was the long
I feel
thing,
like,
right?
look, the keeper could have done more, but I feel like that was a good strike.
It's a good
No,
strike.
that's what I did say. I did
I
say it
feel
was
like
a good
the
strike, but the
third
goal.
one-
I'm just saying the goalkeeper. But then Harry Maguire, he's got to be called out for that because that is just lazy shite defending.
He stepped up, didn't he? He played the offside trap. And
He's in his own half though. So
but
as a
yeah, but doesn't
defender,
that come
it's
down
like-
to the system though? Doesn't that come down to like where
Oh.
the players on the pitch?
Well, I made this
But
point.
they also have to take responsibility, Huz.
Yeah, of course.
I made this point either last week or the week before to us. The system, like, influences player decision making. So there is probably an element of that because like he's probably being told by Ruben to push up and squeeze. It's not Maguire's game though, and you just saw him caught in two minds. But he's got to be better because he's a leader in that team. He's the main centre back. And he's in his own half. It's rule 101 as a centre back. You're in your own half. You don't push. He pushes. It's insane.
No. To be fair, you do because
No, he doesn't because like the striker is in our half and he can see that. You can see in the replays.
What do you mean in our half?
He can.
He's
You
in
can
our
see in
half.
our.
What's-
Sorry, he's in their half. He can see. He can see everything. Like he should have known what to have done
The
there.
striker's in our half. He would have been offside if Maguire had pushed up high enough or quicker. He would have been offside.
He doesn't know how to squeeze though, as you know that.
No,
So, like, I'm not
that's
gonna.
what- that- no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna
that's
go into
where
a big
I-
argument about it.
That's not an argument. That's where I'm agreeing with you. In that actually, no, he does the right thing, but he's too late. He's a second too late, and that's his mistake. He hesitated. Maguire hesitated, and that hesitation meant he played the player onside.
Steve, I don't know how well this is going to come across on YouTube, but we took loads of pictures because obviously there's been a lot of talk. And what I'm trying to describe here is, particularly as has been mentioned in this, we play a back three. Brentford have the ball on the halfway line. Many occasions, wing back, centre back, centre back, centre back, wing back, back five. That was
It is
happening multiple times. And that's not the first game that I've seen it on TV. Went to the Arsenal game. That was probably the only game where I've seen live we didn't actually do that when the opposition have got the ball. And the problem is then we get outnumbered in midfield, Steve. So that's the bigger issue, right? We've talked about this multiple times. Like look, everyone can keep on blaming Bruno. I do have some sympathy for him because it's not his position. But yeah, you got two players in the middle. All Brentford need to do is either you ping the fullbacks, which they weren't actually doing because they didn't need to, because the wing-backs were just dropping into a 5, or you do what Grimsby did, a man mark, and then you can pin them back. So it was a shambles from start to finish. I do want to just touch on the penalty because other people have spoken about it. Definitely a
Hold
red
on,
card.
before you do that though, the second goal, like, you know,
Oh, it was shocking. He let it
Yeah.
in. The keeper was terrible.
Should
Went
it-
under his
should the-
living chest.
keeper have done better there, do we think?
The goalkeeper should have done
100%.
better,
But also,
Steve, but
doesn't
we
this
know
come
that
back to the
Lamont should be
transfer
playing.
window?
Yeah, Raj, yeah,
like-
fair point.
No, but you
like,
have a
'cause, like,
goalkeeper,
I just
Raj.
don't understand why people, like, when the season started, how people think we had a successful transfer window.
No, but
I was
coach,
listening to even people on TalkSport and like I'm listening to these people. I'm like, where are they coming from? Why do they think all of a sudden we think
coach,
we
we have a new
seven?
goalkeeper. He's not starting him.
But here's a question for you, Raj, then, because this is a fair point. Do you therefore think Ruben's been let down, and therefore it's not his fault because he doesn't have the ammunition?
Yes, to an extent, but I don't know what he wanted because if
He
he's
got what he
asked for
wanted.
certain position, like players in certain positions,
Yeah.
right. I don't know what he wanted. Does anyone know what he asked for? If he's asked for, I need a centre forward, I need a number 10, and I need some wing backs.
Coach, he asked for 2 10s and a centre forward. The only thing he didn't get this window was a number 6.
But we did.
that's because he spent the budget.
But then hasn't he asked for the wrong positions? Because why did
That's
we
what
need
I
a
just
number
said.
10 when
He's
we
just
got
blown his
because-
budget
because
on the wrong
what?
area.
So he wanted Bruno to then drop into
Yes.
the position that he's playing now.
Yeah. He
Then-
wanted.
then-
he
then
wanted.
he's at fault.
That's the compromise he made, apparently. But let's just wrap up the game and then get back into the juicy stuff, right? So, the second goal for Brentford, shambles, right? Binder should have done better. Parry it out further.
Binder should do better, Steve. But to be fair to the keeper, he is what he is. He's never going to be a well beater, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really blame him.
I agree with
he's an
Raj on
average
that.
goalkeeper.
I think that's the better point. Is why is Binder playing for us? Like, I think it's actually a bit unfair to blame him for multiple goals when we all know he's not competent to be United number 1, right? So
if you're
Well,
going
it's like going back to that Arsenal game in the FA Cup. Everyone's looking back at it like, oh, he made like 15 saves. I was at the game and he went in, and he made an unbelievable amount of saves when we went down to 10 men. Saved a few pens, and then they thought, oh, we've got a keeper. We don't need a 9 anymore.
If you're
That's what
finger
they're banking on.
pointing,
and then clearly he wasn't good enough.
yeah, if you're finger pointing, especially being live at the game, I think Kiz will agree with me. Certainly, Ron will agree with me. Dallo is the biggest bluffer.
100%.
The biggest bluffer.
If there's one reason for me to basically say Amorim out is how many times he keep bloody playing Dallo. I'm just bored of it now.
But it's not,
yeah.
the positional play and all that stuff is one thing, right? This guy, I don't care if this ends up being a meme. The guy, he kisses the badge, he
100%.
thumps the badge, and then he just makes the most apoplectic mistakes you'll ever see on a football pitch from a fullback. It's like they should remove the number 2 shirt from his back because it's embarrassing to the likes
I saw the
of Gary
clip
Neville.
is there a clip going around on Twitter where he's like running centrally on the pitch and then the Brentford winger, he's like running away from the attacker and it's like, what is Dallo doing?
And there's just so many players like that.
Is that a sign of how
Ash,
confused
he's not the
the
only one.
No, that's what I just said. Is
that a sign of how confused the players are?
It is, but he will always let you down eventually.
Yeah.
This is the point, right? Like you look at 10 games, he will let you down in 6 or 7. It's not good enough for Manchester United. Just got to get rid.
Let's take a step back in analysing this game. I was worried when the team sheet came out because I looked at that. I'm like, not again.
But I'm worried every week.
No, because
before the team sheet.
When do you see a negative? Like,
I was positive. I was actually positive.
What was it about the team sheet?
I was positive going into the game. I was thinking, we just beat Chelsea. Now let's do Brentford. Then we got Sunderland. So I was actually optimistic. And then I saw the team sheet. I'm like, not Dallo again as a wing. But Dallo and Dorgu back 5. Ugarte back 6 against Brentford. What are you doing?
As what was the word I used a few weeks ago about Dallo for Ruben? He's lieutenant, wasn't
He's
it?
part
Yeah.
of. Is he part of the leadership group? I can't
I
remember.
I don't
don't
know.
actually think he is. And you know what? I heard talk of the Devils. I think they were speaking about this a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't give a fuck about that leadership group. It's
Yeah.
like, just shut up
A
about
leadership
it,
group to
literally.
15th.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
in terms
he's
of
not the
yeah.
only one. Yeah.
You can't go to playing Brentford, a team I had somewhere as a relegation threat, and play
Same.
6 defensive players. It just was
Yeah.
like, I looked at it, I'm like, what, Ruben, come on. Of all the game, we had this Kobe Mainoo discussion. I'm like, yeah, but you know, against the big teams, I get it. Like, you're going to be on the back foot. But come on, it's Brentford. You got to take it to them. Ahmad was out, so fair enough. Maybe you have, but do something. Maybe put Mbeumo as a wing back, right? Put Mainoo in. It then became, we let them play. Want to play. It became like it felt like, oh, you know what? Let's compete with Brentford on long throws because that's Dallo's.
Yeah. So like we end up 2-0 down, right? I guess like Sesko getting off the mark, some good news, bit of a scrappy goal, but you take it, you get back in the game, and then Ash, you were going to talk about the penalty, right? And potential red card.
Yeah, I mean, live, it obviously definite penalty. Obviously didn't have the benefit of the replay, but obviously watched it after the game. I mean, if that is not denying a goal scoring opportunity, I don't know what is. I saw the tweet from the Premier League about not having control of the ball. Well, that's because he's bloody being fouled. Like, otherwise he's either
Not having control of the ball.
yeah, it's
literally
insane.
coming into his path. He's going to have control of the ball if the guy doesn't pull him back.
Well, have you seen?
Was that their excuse for not giving a red?
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Honestly, there's a tweet from the Premier League on the night.
So if there's a guy running through and then I just kick him from behind, but he doesn't have control of the ball, that's not denying a goal scoring opportunity.
And Steve, right, today, just because I had the TV on, both spectrums in terms of centre forward, Alan Shearer, Jay Bothroyd, if you remember him. And it's just like
scraping the barrels there.
But it's like clear. Well, he was on Ref Watch with Dermot Gallagher.
Fucking hell. And you need to get some better things on your TV.
Please tell me. Don't tell me Dermot agreed with the VAR on that.
No, thank God he didn't.
Oh my word!
He's still trying to be.
No wonder why Ash is sitting in a dark room, man.
He's still trying to. He's still trying to be a referee and trying to be passive and like almost like doesn't want to put his mate under the
I think that was actually they fucked up on the rules because that tweet you mentioned, Ash, where they talked about him not being in control. That tweet has been community noted on X, where this is where you can kind of call out fake news, right? And they've linked it to the IFAB rules, the official rules of football, where it specifically states, you don't have to kind of have the ball to be in control. And it's basically been called out with the official rules that was wrong. So, yeah.
One element on the control thing, and I'm not defending the rule, obviously, right? Because I've just said it's a red card. But I think also what they mean by control is, he's not had the ball yet, therefore you can't have the control. But it's a pathetic excuse.
I think it's wrong, as in like they just got it wrong, basically.
No, really simple. Through ball's played, and I take someone out. I haven't touched the ball, but it's a through ball, and I'm going to go through on the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that's a goal scoring opportunity. That's a clear red card.
You're in control, even though you're not with the ball, right? But so that happened, and then Kiz, your first game, man. Bruno Fernandes is stepping up. You think we're going to get it to 2-2? Bruno's never very rarely lets us down. What are you thinking when he's stepping up for the pen?
Awful penalty. I think I did it with my left foot. And
Did you think he was going to score, Kiz, out of interest?
I actually didn't. I didn't. I thought he bottled it. I thought he bottled it the moment he grabbed it. I swear to God, I was just
body language.
Yeah. All of that.
They were banging on about it on the commentary because I had it on my phone. I was working, and they were banging on about how long it was taking for VAR check. So, and I was like, yeah, it had put more pressure on him, but I still back Bruno.
Yeah,
I didn't think he'd bottled it, but then the commentary was building up and building up. I was like, these are one of the moments.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
He's going to go by. He's going to miss now.
I was going to say he's a Premiership, Man United, like international, like captain, top scorer. Pressure is nothing for these. Well,
should be right.
Nothing, but they should be used to this. This is like Brentford. I'm sorry, but whack it in, like.
No, but
Yeah.
It was a passive. You know what? Taking Azza's word, it was a passive penalty.
Yeah,
It was
it
classic,
didn't
good
feel like
shout.
a normal Bruno penalty. Like,
I think this is an indication of the level of stress the team is under.
I agree.
Right? Because it was the circumstance that we're in. Everyone can feel how important this is. That if he scores this, it's game changing for the match. It's like pivotal, Steve's favourite word. Well, if it was just a normal penalty, and that's what I think the issue came, and I think it's got to the players, and this is why I was saying a couple of weeks ago. I think Amorim's done because that pressure's there. That it needs a release valve somewhere, and the release valve is ideally wins, right?
Yeah.
But without wins, the pressure builds, and then all those moments where you're trying to execute, it's too much for you.
It was
And
a wet
that's-
penalty.
Are you officially hammering him out now, Azza?
Oh, hold on. Before we get into that, let's just wrap
we'll
the
do it
game up,
properly.
and then
Yeah.
it's a school night for kids as well. So we'll let him drop off in a minute.
But if he scores that, it's 2-2, right?
Well,
And
that's the thing, isn't
game
it?
on.
Yeah, and the game's
It's
on
game
because
on.
we had 8 minutes plus on extra time as well.
Guys,
Added
life
time.
is full of sliding doors moments, right? And he didn't score. And Ash, the third goal. What are you thinking when the players
Counter.
clean through? You're
Well-
thinking about doing this pod on Monday, having to talk about it.
Well, the ball went in, and I was just like, "Wow, that's a heck of a strike." Because we were like front on, so like we had a flat view of it. And then again, I saw it on Match of the Day. It was a good strike, but I'm wondering what's the goalkeeper done there, because he's
Fucking
like,
hell.
Honestly.
it's just like yeah, like I said, good strike. And I got to say, credit to Brentford, right? Because they had a game plan, they stuck to it. And also Keith Andrews, right? He is damn new to managing, and he schooled Ruben like easy.
Yeah,
he will
good
have
shout.
he will have much easier games, to deal with. And like this one, that was playground stuff for him. Like he got his tactics spot on.
So let me give Kiz closing remarks then before you drop off.
Yeah, thank you. Can I just ask you just a very quick question, and I'll leave on this account. Do you think a different manager with the same formation could do a better job?
With the same
Yes.
formation. So that's interesting because the favourite for the job is Glasner at Palace, and he also plays 3 at the back. So it's an interesting question. I personally think these players will struggle just because I know, even though it's the same formation, it's very different according to the tactics experts, and I'm not one. But I just think these players, any excuse to kind of get confused, they'll take it. I just think, like, even you can say it's a different version of the formation. I personally don't think it would work.
I'm going to go back to the bigger issue is if you put those 6 players that I discussed on a football field in any kind of framework, they're going to struggle because there's just not enough quality on the pitch.
The selection's wrong.
His selections have just continuously been wrong. I gave him a pass because I said, look, I want to see, the Ahmad at wing back, and he was doing that more. Yeah, and he's gone back, reverted to type, gone with these defensive choices again, and rightfully punished.
Okay.
On that note, I will let you guys go. Enjoy and listen.
Hopefully your next United game is a bit better, Kiz. But can't
Trafford
guarantee it.
next, kids.
It's just like, mate, get Pochettino in.
We'll see what we can do. And Raj, I'm going to let you ask the question you were going to ask a minute ago now. So go for it.
I was going to ask, is Azza, are you fully hammering him out now?
I'm gonna stay the same as I've always said, and Steve knows this. Even in the summer, actually, if you give me the right name, we were in Bilbao, right, for the final. I was surveying the United fans. I'm like, how about Gareth Southgate? Steve knows this running joke. I kept asking them. I'm like, if you give me a guy I love, I would have got Amorim out in the summer. My issue is every time is, like, for example, I remember one of the pods we did and Ash mentioned like Marco Silva. I just wanted to like punch them on it. I'm like, Marco Silva, please, God, not Marco Silva. So my issue's always...
I don't think right now I'd take Marco Silva.
Well, do you see what I'm saying? Every time someone comes with a name, I'm like, oh, no, please,
Yeah, but
not
as
him.
you're 16th. You're
Even thinking
16th,
about right
you're
No,
losing
now,
and
every
Ash
week.
keeps doing this. We're 16th, and I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather be
Okay,
in
well then-
Division
okay,
4
fine.
than have
Then-
Marco
then-
Silva as the
No,
Manchester
Then
United manager.
Then don't moan then about everything that's
I'm not
happening.
moaning.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
are.
moaning.
But everyone is. Like, everyone is moaning about it, right? And rightly. This is my point.
No, my thing is, and Steve, you were with me on this, so thank you, I've got an ally on this, is that we both said we need a good name, right? So when the good... And that's the issue we both had, is in the summer we felt that the names were a bit uninspiring. If you give me a good name
All right,
in the summer...
well, you're like Ineos then. You're better than everyone in the room. Keep on being 17th, 16th.
And no, hold on. Let's rewind. If we want to talk about the summer, if we want to talk about after the Spurs Europa League final, like Raj mentioned, right? At that point, Ruben had come in mid-season with a new formation. So at that point, I think it's not wild to say, give him a summer, give him a pre-season. Let's see how the start of the season goes. And even Raj was in that position.
Unless you have an outstanding name, which we didn't, right?
But even if we had an outstanding name at that point, unless you're talking about...
for me, even in the...
Tuchel, like, so say if you had Tuchel as a lock-in,
yeah,
then I'd have gone, you know what, fair play. You've got proven track record. You're a world-class manager. Fair enough. And right now, you have to prove yourself, and we're not in a position as
Gareth
a club
Southgate in that list,
to have
Raj?
time, right? Southgate was definitely nowhere. I would have kept time at that point. Right now, you've now had enough time. You had a transfer window, and I'm not even talking about results. You want to see a progression in performance.
Yeah,
and
entertained.
he hasn't
Manchester
shown
United.
that.
I would say to
that. It's not even about being Man United. Show me what his tactics are.
Until Brentford,
I want to know how anyone can comprehend his tactics. I don't see any progression of what style of football he wants to play.
Brentford.
Until Brentford, I think the press was stronger. Like, the front press was a lot better. I think we possessed the ball a lot better. I saw the wing-back Sidorgu getting into much better positions, and I saw more players entering the box. I think that Kuna and Mbeumo are good players. I like them. I know you're not impressed by them. I think Mbeumo's a great player.
No.
I think Mbeumo's a good player.
It's about the fact that Mbeumo and Sesko.
I like Mbeumo. Mbeumo. I think he's a really good player. I think his first touch is excellent. I think that penalty, for example, he was going to slot that for me. I think he could have. You could have given him the pen. He's a good technician.
Just missed though against Grimsby, but yeah.
No, but I think he's a good he's a good player. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good signing. I think he'll do really well. So I think Sesko looks good, better than Højlund. I think it's an upgrade there. I think he's got to play the goalkeeper. I don't get why you bin Onana and then bring a new goalkeeper and then still stick with the clown, right, who's let you down. So the Arsenal game, for example, we were the better team. Why do we lose? By Ndiaye on the corner.
But when you say we were the better team, don't you feel like it was huff and puff? Don't you feel like we were the better side? Oh, because we had a bit more possession. How many real clear-cut chances
David Raya wasn't even man of the
create?
match.
I know it's a few weeks back, so you might get me here, but I can't remember. I remember watching the game.
No, but fair enough. But would you
after the game going, you know what? Yes, maybe we deserve to get a point out of it, but did really
It's exactly what I was going to say.
At home?
No. But if you get a point, we need to take another step back again, right? Let's take a step back. What is your expectation for the season? Myself and Ash agreed. We're looking at 6th, 7th for Europa.
Yeah,
that's about 60 points. So a point against I have Arsenal as my Premier League winners. That's why how high I rate Arsenal. Maybe you think some people have Arsenal 4th, 5th. I think they're the potential champions. So for me, a point when you go toe-to-toe, that's good enough. I'm okay with that. I'm not expecting us to be league challenging yet. So what's your expectation?
No, but it was more the fact that people were praising a performance so highly when
that you basically gone toe-to-toe with one of the two best teams in the league.
But did we really go toe-to-toe with them?
No, we were as good as them.
They were poor.
Okay, we had more possession, more shots.
It was a close game. Me and Ash were there.
It was a close game because we played well.
No, we did.
They didn't.
Whether we played well or Arsenal didn't play well, it was a tight game. Me and Ash were there. Yeah. We watched it with Carlos. With those points, we all got excited. And Mbeumo looked good. Like, it was promising. That's all it was.
Yeah,
it was promising.
So that's the thing. Right. So I felt at the start of the season, there's been a bit, beating Chelsea is a good result. For example, I think Chelsea should be a top 4 team. Again, I thought we deserved to win that game. I thought we were much better than Burnley and deserved the 3 points. There have been glimpses where we're better. This game, however, it's gone back to what I saw last season. And
Yeah.
I think that if you're going to get this, yeah, he's done. And I said, I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, that if he's lost the dressing room, then you have to get rid of him anyway. And it felt like there was a lack of effort. I just looked at the players on the pitch, like, what, you're not trying it?
Well, it was the better. Also, like when people say they lost the dressing room, like that might have happened, but it was more when they scored the third goal. The camera panned to the bench, and Maguire and Shaw's face just looked like I was like, he's done.
Raj, what do you make of that? You know, as a coach, right? I know it's cricket, but it's still sports, right? What do you make of that phrase "lost the dressing room"? Like, we've heard it so much over the last decade.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you do, Raj, when you lose the dressing room?
How do you not lose the dressing room?
How do you not lose the dressing room? Whip him into shape. No, I don't know. Like, losing the dressing room. I've been part of a dressing room when you're playing cricket. And you're looking at the coach and you're like, they change the batting lineup, or they say, right guys, we need to go score this many runs for them to chase down, and you're kind of thinking that's not really the right way to go about this game. In terms of losing a dressing room, have I ever been part of a dressing room where we feel like the manager's not been good enough? No. Have I ever felt like a team has looked at me where they haven't really followed my tactics or my example? No. So I haven't really been part of that situation.
Well, that's what I mean. It feels like a bit of an excuse.
I feel like
it's not. I'll give you two. We've had it, man.
I always go back to it. I saw something years back on a talk show, and we talk about these commentators, and they come up with these sayings, and it's like excruciating pressure and things like that, and they're not tangible things. What does losing a dressing room mean?
That's
okay,
what I mean.
so losing the dressing room.
Hang on, you've got 30 players in a squad. What? So 10 players don't like you.
Go on, Oz, is that what it is?
I bet you. If you talk about some of the teams I've coached, some of the students wouldn't like me.
Yeah.
Because of the way I've handled certain situations, but I'm fine with that as long as the results are good.
Yeah,
I bet you go. Ibrahimovic doesn't like Pep, but he likes Mourinho. So it's all personal things that they talk about in terms of losing a dressing room. If I guarantee, if they were winning, then you're not losing the dressing room. It's just as a result. So you're basing it on results. That's what.
Go on then, Oz. What's losing the dressing room?
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So if you, I've been in a lost the dressing room situation in a work context, which is where the people under the manager don't believe in the manager and don't feel like they're giving them the right instructions or the right motivations. Or so, for example, in quite a micromanager, for example, right? That could be something you don't like as an individual, and then you lose that desire to do the extra step. We've had it a couple of times at United. We could say that Mourinho lost the dressing room, right? The players were like, I'm done with this guy. I don't like.
But you said extra step there. It's not the extra step. It's the base level of performance that is missing. When you look at that Brentford game, that's the base level of performance. That's not the extra step.
Yeah. Okay. However you define it, you lose something, right? You lose.
Did he ever have the dressing room then?
No, but where does personal pride come into it? Of like, you want to just do a good performance. You want to play well for the fans. You know.
You do, but this is my point. Is like in all physical exertion, there's this. I do think there's this extra thing of desire.
I agree.
And
that's when you look at yourself, no?
You do, but then there's this, if you're in a bad. This is the thing. Everyone says look at yourself, and maybe I'm just a different character. When I'm in a bad environment, I struggle. I've struggled in previous jobs where it's like I've been in a bad environment where it's a bit toxic and I can't give my best. And maybe I'm weak.
But we don't want your best. We want competent, at base level.
You can deliver competent, but the point is, if the opposition side in a game of football is not being competent and is going above and beyond, then you're struggling because it's high level sport, right? So we saw it in, I don't know if you watch golf and the Ryder Cup, the captaincy and the decisions they make a difference. Like the same players are out there, but if you have a good environment, this is why I know we joke about Gareth Southgate, but he created a good environment at England so that the players could reach what you call the base level. Right, because they weren't.
I think they overperformed. They overperformed.
Yeah, but okay. However you want to define it, the previous generations of England players weren't reaching their base level. because of the environment. We're talking about cricket, Raj. You'll know about, for example, the Michael Atherton, Nasser Hussain era of captaincy.
Yeah.
And even Joe Root versus the Ben Stokes era of captaincy. And what is the environment that Brendan McCullum has created in terms of, okay, you're free to do this, and that freedom allows you to perform in a same personal accountability. I'm going to try 100%. I'm going to go in the nets. I'm going to face 1 billion balls. But somehow the environment allows you to do something different. And I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You can maybe explain that.
But
I do think on the dressing room, though, like, I get the point of, obviously you can lose a dressing room, but if you're a good enough manager, you can get the dressing room back. Like, there's been enough
that's my point. You never had it.
There's enough examples, even in the last like 10 odd years, where top managers, they get off to bad starts, and sometimes it's a eureka moment. Maybe it's just a set of games, and then
or a bit of luck.
A bit of luck as well.
Let's say Bruno sticks the penalty away and we win that game 3-2, and suddenly
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
somehow a bit of luck.
Remember what I said? Like, right? I've been Ruben out for ages, but I did say a few weeks ago, he's just unlucky in certain circumstances in terms of the matches and stuff. He's unlucky. He's like David Moyes when he came in. It's like, people will probably forget now because it's quite a long time ago. It's like 11 years ago. Like, there were certain points in David Moyes games which, like, if that went for him, we draw or we win, and then all of a sudden you get like 5-6 extra points. And
Bruno's
then
penalty record has been exceptional, and he's missed 2 of the last 3 in crucial matches, and it's like at crucial moments as well, right? 0-0 against Fulham and this one, and you're like, and this is the thing. Is part of that, though, going back to the pressure that Bruno is under in that moment, and that's the dressing room, the environment. Is he given? If I watch Ruben Amorim on the bench hiding away or whatever, is he giving the right signals? Right.
So
to
just
his player?
He can't be. He can't be giving the right signals.
No, but just on the signals.
pitch.
Just on the signals, because a lot of talk again in the media and stuff. I get it, right? Number one, this is the crucial thing, right? And Steve will say it straight away. As a United manager, you have to win games, right? When you're losing games, all this shit is going to be picked up upon. Because imagine if we were winning and he doesn't look at the penalty. Super cool. If he's looking at the ground when we're 3-0 up. What a cool man. He's the new Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
That is the narrative. It's insane, like, the difference between winning and losing, right?
Yeah.
And the point is, obviously, I've talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this season. I do think it makes a difference that Bruno is playing this central midfield role in his head, right? It's this micro percentages we speak about, plus the stress that Az is talking about. I also think, I've talked about it, low on confidence. These guys just aren't getting the system right. I don't necessarily blame the players, and I've blamed the players many a times over the last 10 years, but I'm sorry, I do blame the manager, because I've seen enough coaches, even in the last year, Oliver Glasner, the guy at Wolves, it's different versions of the back three, but they execute the coaching. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's to do with the language, because some of the journalists have talked about...
Do you know one thing it is, I can tell you for sure? The size of the club.
Size of the club, 100%. It is so massive, this place, right? It shrinks the best, Steve.
And that's
right?
why I wouldn't. That's why I don't have full faith in you take a Glasner and you put him in United. It's not a plug and play situation.
Out of interest, Steve.
No.
I look, I get it, right? I normally try to go for high ceiling managers, but I just don't feel like I can take the risk anymore, because we tried it with Ten Hag, even though me and you wanted Poch. We tried it again, and it's going to fail. So, Steve, I just want to ask you, like, you can pick, like, most managers, right, that are available today. Who would you pick today?
I've just been getting the odds up in the last minute, because I can kind of feel we're getting into that conversation. But the reason I'm smiling is because if you don't want to take any risk, there's only one man for the job, us, right? If you want that if you want that safety pick,
Southgate.
Or Ollie.
No, you're going to genuinely say that?
Southgate, yeah, no, 100%.
If you want
stability,
the United fans will not take him.
I know that. I'm just saying, right? Forget the noise. United fans are not good people to listen to when it comes to picking managers. Forget about the fans.
Steve, out of interest,
no fans are there.
Steve,
exactly, Raj, exactly.
Steve, out of interest, if you did have to listen to the noise, right?
Yeah.
Just say for a second you had to listen to it. Who
Yeah.
would you pick?
Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
but
think the United fans will be up for Ollie as well?
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
they
you
would.
I think they'd be
Course they
way
would.
more up for Ollie than Southgate.
100%.
So
But
here's
I've already said
as
on
in
Southgate,
Ollie
I would
Solskjaer.
even take him.
Yeah, Raj, what do you say to Ollie Solskjaer? Look at the
Like,
face.
it's
Look
going
at the
back- but
face.
yes.
He's been mind fucked.
It's going back. But
He's
no-
mind fucked.
No, but can I just say one thing? The reason why I reacted like that is because we're going back. However, when Ollie was in charge, and I'll always go, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks, that was the most fun I've had
See?
being a United fan since Fergie got sacked. In those first 20 games, and okay, against PSG, we talk about that bit of luck. We've got that little bit of luck.
Get the
when Rashford
contract.
stick that pennant. But those first 20 games, in the first 2 games, you saw a style. That's
Yep.
my point. Ollie Solskjaer got a tune out of worse players. They were worse players back then. Remember, Ruben signed some players, and we're saying we kind of have a better team. Okay, yes, you got Ronaldo in the following season, but we had worse players then, and they were really on a downward slope. They had just come
Yeah,
from Mourinho.
Jose,
Everyone was
right?
oh my
Yeah.
God, this shit,
Toxic
we're in this shit.
dressing room.
And he brought him in, and we went like that.
Lifted it. Yeah,
And if
yeah.
we talk about
Ruben
actually,
came
this is-
in after Van Nistelrooy had won. Didn't he win?
He won he done all right in those couple of
Ruben had done
games.
all right after 3-4 games. He came in, so dressing room was kind of doing that, and I went.
We actually
Yeah.
spoke about it.
So my point is, surely I can't say anyone would be better. And when I made that face about Ollie, it's just like you're thinking, bloody hell, look how that
Well,
ended.
yeah,
Look how
of course.
I remember leaving that Liverpool game, and those Liverpool fans singing that song about a legend of ours. I'm thinking, and I've never seen United fans like that. Like thousands are walking out the stadium and just chanting Ollie out, and I was like, fucking hell, he needs to go.
Go on, Oz.
Because it was so toxic.
I was just going to say, we're talking about losing the dressing room. It's a great example, actually, in what the difference it would make is that if you look at the performances, Raj, of Paul Pogba before and after Ollie comes in, that's the difference an environment makes. He was unbelievable when Ollie came in the first few games. He's just scoring for fun. And it's the same player, right? It's just somehow, okay, I've got someone to play for. He doesn't hate me, basically, every time I post something on Instagram or whatever. And it does make a difference. And then a story from the weekend was at the Oasis gig. I don't know if you're going to clip any of our discussion around that. There's a Newcastle fan in front of me, and I had a United top on, so we were bantering about football. And
you went to the Oasis gig with United top. Fair play.
Yeah, absolutely. Represent, mate. Represent. And he actually said to me, hey, do you know who you need, in a jokey way? Southgate. And I'm like, I know, I agree. It's like, no, I'm serious. And I'm like, no, I am serious too. I agree with you. And he was like, he wasn't having it. I was like, no. He's like, and I was like, you've got a good manager as well. And he's like, yeah, you're not having him, but yeah, you should get. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Like, because this is
on the same
environment.
So like in terms of Ollie, I like now I'm thinking about it, like it might not be a bad choice, but I don't. But if we look at it realistically, I genuinely don't think Ineos are sacking him until that 12 million. Can you call it a release clause?
I've put a bet on with Steve, and he won't. If you're taking it,
Steve,
making
a decision.
Yeah,
we
took
12 million.
We took the bet.
I've got a bet with Steve, because I said it's after the November 1st. I think they're going to wait for that, and he said it's getting so bad it's going to be before. So he's going to buy me a Rudy's pizza if Ruben can make it to the 1st of November.
Can I get in on that?
Yeah.
He just wants a pizza.
Yeah.
Just quickly, same question then. If you had to listen to the noise, who would you pick?
Ooh, that's a good because the problem is I try and stay away from the noise.
I know, but like, let's just say Southgate.
No. So give me some names that you think the noise would accept.
Go.
No, but why? Hold on. Why are we asking this question? Shouldn't the question be?
No. I just want to know. I just want to know because you have to factor the noise in, because that's one of the reasons why Dan Ashworth's not in a job.
No, but you don't. No, but this is the good clubs.
I'm
don't
just
do
asking
that.
Liverpool
didn't factor the noise with Slot. Do you think how many Liverpool fans?
I know. I'm
want Slot?
asking it as an alternative question.
But shouldn't the question be who is the right manager to pick?
I know what he's going to say, Gareth Southgate. So I'm asking for an alternative name, like based on the noise.
I'll break it down for you very simply, right? There's three names in the mix, right? The sensible name is Gareth Southgate. The fan's name is Ollie, And the third name, the Ineos name, the Mr. We're fucking smarter than everyone, is Glasner. They're going to go for Glasner because they think
All
they're
right,
smarter
now I
than
want to
everyone.
ask Mr. Ineos
Is
too.
that actually the rumours?
He's
Yeah.
the favourite for the job,
He is
Raj.
the
He's
favourite.
3-1.
Now,
He's
I want to
3-1.
ask Mr.
I
Ineos
mean,
too, just out of interest and just a bit of spice, who would he pick apart from Gareth Southgate?
Glasner.
Well,
Glasner
let him
is
answer.
What are you saying, Raj or us?
No, us.
me.
Well,
Let's
Raj
go.
Raj can answer it as well.
Why don't we just go through the names, right? So I'm a massive fan of Ollie.
Who are the names?
No, Steve's just said them, right? So Southgate, I'm a massive fan. I love
I know
Ollie,
I know he's your number one pick. That's cool. I've got
Ollie
Yeah, you'd
equal
pick
number
Ollie
one as
too.
well, right? Yeah,
Let's look. Let's
100%.
do it based in the order of the odds.
No,
right?
but let's
So-
talk about the other names, right? Let's talk about the other
yeah.
names.
I just want to
So
hear your
I
opinion.
think Glasner's a very good manager. If you want to,
Yeah.
okay, what's the
And
difference?
would you be happy
between,
with him?
What's the difference? Yeah, absolutely. What's the difference between what Glasner's doing at Palace versus United? And Steve, you're a bit right. It's the size of the club. At Palace, you can be more defensive. So they stay a lot deeper and they counterattack. What Amorim does is the front players go on a press. So you'll see the front three, sometimes the wing backs and the central midfield detach from the centre backs, and they creates this space in the middle of the pitch. You don't get that at Palace because they stay together and
But
they
do you
only
think-
attack with the
do you
three and then the wing backs, right?
Do you think based on this team as well, right? We've seen even under Ten Hag when this team tries to press and they try to compress space, they just get fucked up, right? Do you not actually think, to an extent, then Ollie Glasner could be good for this squad in particular because he would keep the defense tight and counter-attack is the Manchester United style, isn't it? I'm just putting it out
so
there.
from a pragmatic basis, like
Yeah.
Raj is like, oh, what's Amorim trying to do? He's trying to play Pep Guardiola from 3 years ago type of football. Press high and possess the ball, circulate the ball, right? And
When did
we
Pep
are
ever play three at the back?
all the time. Pep always plays three at the back.
No, but what?
Pep always
But-
Pep all this is the thing. Pep or either one of the centre backs goes into midfield or one of the full backs inverts into midfield, but they always have a 3 and a 2 and a 5, right?
Also, Ruben coaches it so badly that the players
the
can't
issue
do it.
no the issue
Yeah, I was going to say.
the
it doesn't
issue,
look like-
the,
it
the
doesn't look
issue
similar
is
at all.
Pep will put more technical players on the pitch, and he plays bloody Dallo and these jokers, right? As another example, why is Luke Shaw still playing? He keeps playing bad games. Why is Yoro not playing, right?
But
so
then
the
doesn't
issue
that
is
go back
the
to,
issue
like, I
isn't
hate
the
to be boring,
system.
that goes back to the transfer window. We ended
transfer
up fucking
window, but-
15, 16 for wherever we ended up. And
But hold
one
on.
player,
You can argue-
two players got released from the club.
You can argue
Yeah.
the transfer window, but let's say he has got the resources. Is he using the best of the resources he's got? I don't think so. Is this squad where it's at better suited to, let's say, playing a more pragmatic style of football that an Ollie, a Glasner, and a Southgate would provide? Yes. And this is why I've always been like, I actually think the best manager in the Premier League is Iraola, but I think what he is doing at Brentford, we'd also have problems with, right? And that's why I actually want the more pragmatic, not the Marco Silva level of boring. There's
He's
okay.
He's not that boring. Like
Fulham are the most boring team in the Premier League. I
Yeah,
hate
because
them.
have you
They're
seen
worse
their
than
team? Have you
feel
seen
like
their
competing.
team?
He's worse than Sean Dyche and David Moyes.
they're
I'd take
not.
David Moyes over Marco Silva.
Fair enough, but Fulham's players
I might
Are
take
are
Sean
so
Dyche
so
over
shite.
Amorim.
They're boring. They're terrible.
Fulham's squad is not that good, and he's got the best out of them. That's the only reason. He's a better,
David Moyes
he's a
gets
better,
the best out of players.
and he's a better manager than you're giving him credit. But that's absolutely fine. Like,
no,
I
but
get it.
David Moyes
I
gets-
want to finish this list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
David
so
Moyes
Ollie
gets
Glasner,
stuff
yeah.
out of Everton, right? And plays better football than Marco Silva. So I'm okay with the three names that Steve mentioned. You know I have a soft spot for Sir Gareth because of what he did for England and because he's a good man, and I'm always about
We
who
don't need
represents
good
my
men. We
club.
just need a good manager.
He's a good manager, and Steve talks about the size of the club. He is someone I know for a fact can deal with the size of institution of Manchester United.
Yeah.
What I need under Southgate is not Steve Holland, who was who was coach for England, who had a more defensive style, which I thought would work in tournament football. I want to see I've said this so many times. I want Carrick and McKenna back at the club. I want them to be on the and that's what and Raj, you mentioned it under Ollie, Carrick, McKenna, Ollie, good football. Sometimes we'd sit back and counter. Sometimes we'd press high. Sometimes we'd play a back three. Sometimes we'd play a back four. Right. Sometimes it was 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. Different setups and different
and also
situations.
What comes into it is what's the goal, right? So if we're saying new manager, the goal clearly is not to win the league, is it? The goal is to get back to some level of competence, like challenge for Europe,
Got to
right?
be in Europe.
But it's not even that. Isn't the goal right now to make
some
us
fun
happy?
as well? Let's
Yes,
enjoy
yeah.
it. Let's
And have a-
enjoy
and
it. Let's
literally go to a
enjoy
game and have a
going
laugh.
to.
That's why I gave you
So-
Ollie,
yeah.
Raj.
So-
That's why I gave you Ollie. That's why I said Ollie.
I know,
That's what you
and,
wanted.
Now thinking about it, and like I reacted the way I did because I just it's like, oh, for God's sake, we're going back again.
Well, you missed out on
Then-
Jose
then-
because isn't he gone to Benfica?
Oh,
Jose gone?
Yeah.
But yeah, we had that conversation in the car that time, and you gave me Jose, and then I had to think about it.
I look forward to the day when you guys don't give Southgate and Ollie, and I love to see what the name is outside of them two.
Because the thing with Southgate, and I was one to cuss him when we had took that journey up and we had that Rudy's, and I was like, nah, never Southgate. He's so boring. I'd take him right now. Because I'll tell you why. Because Az is so right in terms of managing England and what he did when he came into that national side. We had just lost to Iceland. Everyone forgets that. We got knocked out by fucking Iceland, right? He had come in to where he couldn't have got lower. And he turned it round, and England fans had a lot of fun over the last 3 tournaments, right? It could have got a little
that
bit
your way
better
of
if they
saying
got a little
you've
bit
had
of
a
luck
lot of
against
fun?
France. And okay, he fucked up against Croatia, and it's the Italian game. He could have done a bit better in the second half. However, they had a lot of fun. So if we just need to smile back on Man United faces, and right now you're thinking Southgate could do that. No, are you disagreeing, Ash?
Because it's so bad, yeah, I'd agree. But fundamentally, I'm definitely not doing it. It's the same reason, like with Ollie. Like, if anything, I've learned from the PSG experience. Right on the night, I was like everyone else, signed the contract. The day after, I'm like, yeah, we got to go for Pochettino. Like, that was fun. That was one of the best nights since Fergie's left. But we got to go and get Pochettino.
I just can't fathom a world where someone picks Marco Silva over Gareth. I just don't get it. Marco Silva.
Same reason as if Kabir was on the pod or other people were on the pod, they would be like, you are insane to think Southgate is a good pick. So
what has Marco Silva achieved in his career? Nothing. He's a nobody who plays shit football. We'll be so bored. I can't watch Fulham. Have you watched any Fulham game?
You're asking Southgate to come in with all these coaches, like. So that just shows you, like, I don't need like a big backroom team with Marco Silva or Eddie Howe or Iraola.
But I think Man United do need that.
Yeah, we do.
I think Man United need a manager,
A spokesman.
who manages a side. Yeah, who's just like this is why Amorim has stayed in the job, because he's a great communicator. When you listen to his press conferences, you go, "Fucking hell, are we top of the league?"
Exactly, it's a fucking waffler, Raj.
You go, "Oh my God, how has this got like you come out and go, we're going to be fine, lads," and then you watch the football and go, "Fuck,
Yeah.
we're shit." Right?
Exactly.
But so
It's a
I
good
genuinely
skill,
think
though.
We need a
Definitely
manager
is.
who knows what he's doing, and then we need like 3-4 coaches.
No, because that's the 90s and the noughties, like the top
Yeah, but
teams
Ash, you
don't
don't
do
have the
that.
setup at this club to put in a manager that you're talking about. The setup is fucking Jason Wilcox and Jim Ratcliffe on his fucking fishing trips. And you want to put in one of these tactical coaches in? What part of this are United fans ever going to understand? You don't take these managers.
You're talking like as if like we're going to sell the club to Qatar tomorrow.
No,
like,
that's not coming into it.
If you're happy to lose games every week, no problem, right? You carry on with.
No, you've got this Ineos mindset. You've got this Ineos mindset. Take this manager.
No, because I'm being pragmatic. I was the one who told.
No,
Az,
pragmatic is Gareth Southgate.
Let me finish my sentence.
Marco Silva.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Gareth Southgate, what's he ever done in the fucking Premier
What do you
League?
mean, what has he ever done? He's taken on the biggest job in the country with the most scrutiny.
He got relegated with Middlesbrough.
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
He's not managed for a top club ever.
Go on,
but you
make
would
your
have picked
case on
him.
Silva then.
So don't talk to me about fucking Marco Silva. He's got a record at least in the Premier League.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, let me
what?
He beat United a few weeks ago
let
because
me-
Bruno
if-
missed a pen. Ash wants Silver and
That was
I
1-1,
don't wanna- I
Raj. You
don't wanna-
couldn't
I
even
don't
beat
wanna-
us. That's
I
how
don't
shit
wanna-
he
I
is.
don't want to be in the 90s. I don't want to be in the
So-
90s
so-
or
so
the
who-
noughties
so
like
who's-
you guys.
so who's your
like
pick,
all
Ash?
this like airy-fairy shit. It's like, what have you guys been watching for the last year? And
So
you've been
who's your
defending
pick?
it for the last year.
Who's your pick? Not Southgate, not Ole.
I told you a bunch of managers already. I don't
Don't
need
give
to
me
say
a bunch.
the same list.
Tell me who your pick
No,
is.
I told you the names already. Eddie
What
Howe was
names?
top of
What
the
are the
list.
names, Ash?
Yeah, but
Iarola.
you're not getting Eddie Howe at the moment. So who's your realistic shout?
I just told you Marco Silva, if we could pick today.
So Marco Silva is the person you're getting right now, yeah?
Yeah, because we're a shit show, Steve. We're losing every week.
I know
You
we're a
seem
shit
to be
show.
forgetting that.
I know we're a shit show, and we need a new manager.
And all you want to do is get the Brady bunch
all
back
I
together.
want to do is cut out the noise because half of our
You
fan
want
base
to
at
get
the
the
moment.
Brady bunch together. You want to get back. Why don't we pull
Ash,
people out from
Ash,
out of the grave as well? Then why don't we just do
don't
that?
listen to the fan base. Half of our fan base
I'm not
are
listening
still
to the
Ruben
fan
in.
base. Steve,
so don't
I
listen
was the
to them.
first. Steve, I was the first person to say on the pod Ruben out. So I listen to myself. I know what I get to see
but
every
you're
week.
picking a bad name to replace him.
No, because like I'm trying to be pragmatic. If you let me finish my point earlier, 2-3 years ago, me and As had this discussion. He was in favour of Ollie being the stable manager, then going to get like the high ceiling manager. Do you remember? As I disagreed with you, I was like, let's get the high ceiling manager now.
I still believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm role reversing actually, right? So I'm saying, I think all it is your pragmatic manager is Southgate, and mine is just Marco Silva or Eddie Howe or any of these other Premier League managers. I'd take that group that I've spoke about. For example, I wouldn't take David Moyes.
But you're not factoring the size of the club.
But
That's
hang
the
on,
point.
so you take Marco
I am
Silva,
absolutely
but not David
factoring the size
Yeah,
of the
I don't
club.
get this Marco Silva thing. I just don't
Moyes.
get it.
How you sorry, Ash, look, I don't mean to create conflict here, but how the fuck he picking Marco Silva over David Moyes? David Moyes has got a better track record than
Yeah.
Marco Silva.
You guys don't watch enough football then. I've watched enough Marco Silva
but
to
David
know what
Moyes
I'm
has been the
talking
manager
about.
of a Premier
Yeah, but how
League
do you know
side
Silva
for
can
how many
handle the
years?
size of the club?
Because he's got the personality. He's got the charisma.
Wow, you must have had a nice dinner with him then, because I can't tell.
Well,
that from
I
watching
tell you
Match
what,
of the
you
Day.
guys must have had a great party with Ruben because you've been backing him for a year.
I thought you were going to say Southgate.
Southgate, he doesn't party, so how would that even happen?
Southgate took me on a party through the 21
But at
Euros.
least-
Don't
look,
worry about that.
Yeah, that's
Raj, at
because
least-
you went to Berlin.
Raj, it's good. It's good that you see what I've been facing with Marco. I can't do Marco Silva.
I can't do Marco Silva. No.
Yeah.
I
But-
can't
and
do
that's the
Gareth
thing.
Southgate. So
and,
no,
this is the exact
And this
problem,
is the
right?
fundamental issue whenever the Ruben out comes
Look,
in.
it's the smartest people in the room. We get it. All right, you guys go and get Southgate. Not much will change. We'll be higher in the league, but we won't do anything.
Yeah, but that's the goal, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll be higher in the league. Wait a minute.
Well, it's not
Wait,
hard
what?
when you
Exactly.
two
I'll
have been
take
backing
it.
the guy 17th, so it's not difficult, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You backed the manager who fucking lost to Spurs in the final, so you know.
The thing again.
But
we're
at that time, Ash, hang on. When you're saying that, you're saying you would have sacked him the day after the final.
Absolutely, Raj.
But he hasn't. To be
It
fair
doesn't
to
matter,
the guy at that
coach.
point,
It
he
doesn't
To be fair
matter.
to that guy at that point,
He can
Right.
do
and
anything with that squad.
Maybe he had me on a string because
Yeah, I
I
think
was
he's
listening to him
charmed you
goes,
with the
"Oh,
press
we've had no
conferences.
training sessions. We keep playing 2 games a week. We've had no training sessions. So maybe he just had me runs his little
Yeah,
finger
he
up and said,
charmed you.
We're gonna have a whole summer and then we're gonna become good.
Exactly. He
Right?
charmed you. He when he took the mic at Old Trafford and said the good times are coming back, you got
I was
charmed.
there as well.
No,
You
but
got
also
charmed.
to be fair, Raj, you have always made the point, and it's fair enough. You think the playing squad lacks quality, right? Therefore, you would have
Yeah.
looked at the squad and gone, "This is a bunch of losers. Of course, he's failing. Have a good
Yeah.
transfer window, and he will do better." That's why you back
Yeah.
him in the summer.
Did you think
Yeah.
Do you think that's a squad that's 16th, worthy of 16th?
No, it's definitely not worthy 16.
Where do you
but
think they are or should be with a competent manager?
You know what? At the end of the transfer window, I said we'll be lucky to get 7th. Let's aim
Mhm.
for top half.
10th. Okay.
And
No,
he's-
but no, I wouldn't say. I want to say
Yeah.
challenging for that last position in. Europe.
Yeah. So you're like us then, 6th, 7th.
Yeah. But
Raper. Yeah.
but then you're thinking. But then if we overperform,
Yeah.
you might challenge 5th. Like if
Sneak
you
it.
So
We're
on that,
so far off
on that
any
basis,
type of performance.
on that basis, Raj, I'm looking at the league table now. Our main challengers for that position, right? Newcastle, we're a point ahead of them. Aston Villa, we're a point ahead of them. Forest, who qualified for Europe last season, we're 2 points ahead of them. So we're well on track.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
We're trending.
Yeah, but okay. All right.
Got Sunderland at home next. Let's say
Okay,
we
no,
beat
no, no.
Sunderland. Then what?
Can I go back to it? Right. So you say that, right?
Coach, just quickly.
Let's go back. First
I've
game
got
of
a
the
stat
season
for
we
you,
played.
Coach.
Wait. You're saying that first game of the season we played Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
The way
We're
we
only
played.
1
We're
point
gonna go
behind
through this
Chelsea, by
again.
the way,
Wait,
Raj. Raj,
and
1
then
point behind
Arsenal-
Chelsea.
Arsenal played Newcastle yesterday.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch the game?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Right. The way Newcastle played against Arsenal, compared to the way we played against Arsenal, it's night and day. Come on, we're nowhere near what Newcastle.
Arsenal deserved to win that, I thought.
Arsenal did deserve to win that, but still, in
Yeah.
terms of the style of football that Eddie Howe's got Newcastle playing, you can't pass in the same category and performing like Newcastle just because Newcastle are 2 points behind us or something.
But one thing you would say isn't Eddie Howe has built his
We've
squad
got
to play Eddie
we're
Howe
averaging
football,
less than a
right?
point a game under him.
No, but Eddie Howe's built
Sunderland
his squad
are
to play.
1 point behind us in terms of the amount of points they've taken since April.
And he's been there since last August or whatever it is, last November.
Sunderland have taken 11 points. Since April, United have taken 12 points. I rest my case.
Yeah, but Ash, no one's not. We're all saying that
We're not denying that, but we're saying
It's
we
just
can't take Marco
Silva.
Right
Yeah, how many
Why?
points has Marco Silva got in this period? I want
Yeah,
to know.
but he plays for Fulham. He manages Fulham.
Okay, so let's wrap this section. We'll all say if we're in charge of the club, what are you doing? Are you sticking with Ruben? And if you're replacing him, who are you replacing when replacing him
though.
today? Yeah.
Today, yeah.
So Raj, we'll go with you first, having talked about some of the names. Just quickly before you say, I'll just reel off. So obviously we talked about Glasner, Southgate, Ollie. Also in the mix, kind of in those odds slightly further than Southgate, you've got Poch, who's obviously USA manager ahead of the World Cup.
That's not happening.
Zidane.
I think you could get Poch.
Not now.
Pull
You
him out.
can't.
Unless Donald
No
Trump
chance.
has something to say. I don't know.
You got Zidane.
He's stuck in that role.
Zidane and Xavi are also kind of like similar odds. So I said those are kind of we've kind of touched on them, right? Those are your realistic names like Glasner, Southgate, Xavi, Ollie, Marco Silva, Iriola. That's probably
Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche is available.
Yeah.
He said
David
he got the job.
Moyes. Did David
So
Moyes
yeah,
win?
my choice was Zidane before Ten Hag. But when there was around that time, I was like, you have to. And then there was rumours that we might go get him,
Yeah.
and then there was apparently a language barrier. So Zidane was always one of my favourites. But right now, you're in the middle of the season. You need someone to come in and just create good feeling. So when you think about it, it's got to be Southgate or Ollie, which
Fair.
sounds absolutely mad. Which sounds absolutely
No,
mental.
it's fair. You got to consider the point you're at, right? If this
But
was the summer,
point
it's
of the
different.
season right now, you need to get through to next summer and just end it. Just I don't know, but it's got to be
Can
Ollie.
you
or-
imagine the boost if the main man Solskjaer turns up? I mean,
For the fans as well.
The fans would love it.
Well,
They
Robert
would.
Vinicius
They
would
would.
do it.
No, I don't think they will. No.
Yeah.
But so look, where is Zidane right now? Has he just got his feet up? Having
He's in Madrid,
No,
chilling.
Zidane is not going to take the
He's
job
not
because
going
he
to join.
doesn't even know English.
He doesn't need
Yeah.
it. He's
He doesn't need
loving
it.
his
He's
life.
done everything. He's completed
Okay.
a football coach.
So
The
Ollie,
only
that's-
thing, Zidane will leave retirement for the French national team job.
Yeah.
Basically,
us.
I'll say what I said in the summer. I would have happily got Ruben out in the summer if you give me the name I like. And if you're giving me the names I love in my heart, I'm delusional. I'm an idiot. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I'm the least smartest guy in the room. I'm the most emotional guy in the room. Give me the names I love. I will happily go with those.
Just to
two.
confirm, who's the big name that you love?
I mean, we talked to Faisal Islam about it, and we nearly convinced him. But for me, I would love to see Gareth Southgate get a club management job. I think he deserves the opportunity. I think he's a guy that can handle the big environment. How many bloody interviews does Sky Sports News need to have of our manager? Every time I see Ruben Amorim doing another interview, that Southgate can handle all that nonsense, all the noise, all this thing, bringing a nice coaching team under him. To say that you don't have a coaching team, no, you have the set piece coaching. I mean, Pep just brought in Pep Linders, right? The Klopp's ex-assistant.
Yeah.
You're going to have the assistant manager who does the day-to-day stuff. bring in some good guys on the day-to-day stuff. I've suggested my man Michael Carrick with, trying, if you can persuade Kieran McKenna to leave Ipswich as well, bring the triumvirate in that I suggested all the way back when, Ten Hag was there. 100% I'm behind that. I'm not having Marco Silva. I'm sticking with Ruben over Marco Silva. That's how much I don't rate Marco Silva. If I'm not having another Portuguese guy who's even more he's more boring. It would just do my head in. So give me one of the two.
Until he gets you results, but yeah.
You ain't going to get his results. So
Of course
yeah.
he will. Anyone,
we know
I'd rather
Ash's
have
answer.
coaching. I'd rather have Coach Raj than Ruben Amorim.
So
that's my pick.
Marco Silva is the Portuguese Sean Dyche. That's all he is. Anyone can do a 4-4-2 mid-block. He's the most Portuguese mid-block manager in the history of Portuguese mid-block managers.
And you know what? It would stop the embarrassment, so I'm fine with that.
If you're going to go Portuguese boring guy, just bring in Jose. At least you can have some entertainment.
Or stick
At least
with
you can
Ruben.
have the inspiration.
Ruben's a waffler.
I'll back the Southgate plan, and one reason is because we obviously lost Fergie, right? And that's like 3 or 4 roles in one. You've got like a director of football, you've got a coach. We've got no structure at the club. You've got Jason Wilcox. So I think you need someone like Southgate to actually steady the ship. And I agree. You need good coaches underneath him, and you need to just get through the rest of the season, possibly another season, while you plan for the next guy. So I agree.
But they don't have a plan. That's the problem.
Oh, that's a separate debate. We're talking about what we would do, right? So I would get behind that.
But the biggest thing, and Raj, you'd agree with this, right? The biggest thing is in recruitment. The plan has to be get better footballers in the club. We're not going to win anything with any. You got to have Pep Guardiola with this team. We're not winning the league. So the biggest thing is having a good manager who can work with this hierarchy to steady the ship and make sure the next transfer window is one you approve of, because he has a good eye for players and he knows what the team needs.
So, as on that point, then, do you not think Ineos have totally messed up? Because what was it, 8-9 months ago, Dan Ashworth made this suggestion and got fired for it.
Yeah, my views on that. I think it was that was a bit of a calamity, right? The whole Dan Ashworth saga, and I felt the names that he was suggesting made sense. So yeah,
one of them was Marco Silva.
So final chance, Ash. Is that your man?
That might be. I listened to what I've seen. I'm not like getting into your peer pressure of like Ollie nonsense or Southgate. Yeah, fuck that.
So what?
Yeah. So what?
Marco Silva.
What do you want? Yeah, I'll take Marco Silva, 100%.
Main man.
So
all right.
out of everyone in the world right now, you want Marco Silva?
No. This is what's available today, Coach. Don't start doing a daily fail.
No. All the names we've mentioned, Raj. Right? Zidane, Glasner, Southgate.
To be fair, Ash, your number one man is Eddie Howe. Like he said that on previous pods.
I'd take Eddie Howe, but like as we've said, like it's probably not realistic. So let's go with what's that. I'd like to take Iraola now. But I actually agree with us. Like now that we've missed the window of like being able to fire Ruben, the summer's gone. It's just I need a little bit of stability now. I hate doing stability because I've had this argument with us previously. I prefer high ceiling coaches, but I'm sick and tired of losing every week, being embarrassed every week. Like all these stats, they're just utterly embarrassing. I just need someone to steady the ship. And for me, that's going to be Mark.
I've got a question. Do you think they're going to sack him?
Yes.
They will. Just
But
a matter of when. So
November.
We've got this.
Sorry, I should have.
That's the bet. That's the bet, Raj, right? No, but that's the bet.
He's going to sack him.
No, that's the bet. That's the bet.
No,
so
they'll sack him in 1st of November because if we get battered at Liverpool, that's the end of it. But they won't press the button until November just because of the 12 mil. They're poor as fuck. They need to save the money.
Yeah.
This is the
They
bet.
say that, and look how much money you spent in summer.
Yes, because we've extended our credit facility. It's like extending your overdraft or your credit card.
No, so Raj, me and us have got the bet basically. So if it's before the 1st of November, I win. We're going out for Rudy's, and if it's post 1st of November, us wins, and he's paying for Rudy's. So that's the bet.
And the key to that is there's an international break, right? The 9th of November. Between the 9th and the 22nd is an international break. So for me, you cut him just maybe before that. set of games or just after that set of games, and you've got that 2-week period where you do the whole thing. You got that 2 week. To me, that's the perfect time.
Right. On that note, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning into this one, and we'll catch you on the next episode.